Okay. Sitting at the front edge of your chair. Find your central upright, central pillar. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Let's do that for, say, 10, 12 breaths. Bring that idea of releasing and relaxing the body without losing the integrity of the structure, rather than holding your body to keep it upright. And first movement, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, look up, arch the back all the way. And then slide your hands forward, past the knees, hollow the chest, drop the head. And let's do that 3 more times. Get the most out of every round. Inhale. And exhale. And then settle to the middle again and right into your rotations. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. Turn. And switch. Turn. Take your time with each round. Rotating parts, so gently rotate. And then back to middle. Lateral, side lean right, left wrist float up, left foot empty, side bending. Go tall, side. Tall, side. Tall, side. Lean. 1. And back to middle. Scapular range of motion. Forward, up, back, down. So hopefully these are, again, because we're doing things that are familiar, what hopefully has happened is you know what these exercises are. So you're not stuck, staring at me or thinking it's the first time, but you're able to really dive into it and get your mind into the scapula and feel that full range of motion and feel all the little parts loosening up and creating that positive change through the body. And then we reverse and go the other way. And it looks like you guys. So it looks like that froze for a little bit. Sorry about that. But again, you should know these exercises by now. If you've been coming for a while, you know them. So Marjan, I'm seeing you do this with your arms, but I want to see the shoulders, right? The shoulders move. Here. All right. And bring your legs close together. We lean forward, swing the arms forward and out. And then we lean back and circle the hands around and in. And then we lean forward and swing them forward. Go out and around that circle. Lean back, bring the arms in. Forward, out and around and back. Then the next level, we go forward and up, out, down. Forward and up, out, down. Soft, relaxed, fluid, loose. Then we go forward and up and keep going up and keep going up and keep going up before then opening. Then under, forward, up, keep going up, 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 up. Opening. One more. And then we reverse, start low again. Go back, out, around, forward, and in. Then back, out, forward, in. Back, out, forward, in. Now, back, out, and up, forward, close, down, under, back, open, and lift, forward, down, open and lift again, just loose as can be. Relax. Seeing that you can ride on sort of the surface of this hydraulic, soft, relaxed body and still issue these movements. Now we go back and up and up and up and up. Forward and down and down and down. Open and lift and keep lifting, lifting, lifting. And in. Bend the elbows. Release completely. Bend. Release completely. Very often what happens when we release the arms down is we stop somewhere like here and we keep tension. So try to completely let go so the elbow is soft and relaxed. So it's this complete fold and then totally let go of the arm. One more time, up, and then we go out, up, out and down, and then in. Down, out, up, down, around and in. Down, out, up, 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 elbows high. So Marjan, I don't know if you have the capacity for it, but right now your elbows are here. And I bet you when you lift, you're actually shrugging your shoulders higher, but you want to keep your shoulders relaxed and just lift the elbows. So it's a different mechanism. See how my elbows are almost above my head, but it's not because I'm shrugging my shoulders higher. It's because I'm relaxing and finding internal rotation. Touch. Now we go back, straight back, down, forward, up, So take your hands over your shoulders, Karen. Yeah. Elbows way up. And then elbows forward, down, and back. Down, forward, up. Forward, down, and back. Down, forward, up. Again. Elbows out to the side, cross, hug. Elbows out to the side, cross, hug. Elbows out, cross. And cross. And down, in front. 90-degree angle here. Turn the palms down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up. And then we go open, neutral, elbows around. Let this hollow, this whole space, and internally rotate the shoulders. And then from the shoulder, externally rotate, and internal. External, internal. External. Stay here, step your feet wider apart. Left hand up, over, down. Notice the little side bend and the slight twist. Allow that shape. And then back, neutral. Right hand, over, back. Left hand. Separating the pieces of the body from each other. We're forcing dynamic separation, ungluing of where it's glued and stuck. And then we're back to middle. Both arms up, cross, turn palms down, arms fall, and separate. And then cross, lift, open, down, up, cross, down in the middle, separate. Cross, lift, open. Other wrist on top. Oh, one more. Arms, legs, wrists. So that wrist fold, turn, wrist, through. And then you can add the monkey paw movement so that as you fold, you gather the wrist like so, the hand and fingers, circle, and then they come out. Gather, out, gather, out, gather, out. Reverse, wrist, circle, rotate, circle, rotate. And then you can add that same thing, a little monkey paw as you go through, and then it opens. and spread, gather, spread, gather, spread, gather, spread, claw into a fist, open, claw into a fist, open. Bird beak, thumb touch pinky, 3 fingers touch, drop down at the wrist, open, wrist, with bird beak, open, bird beak. Make sure the pinky touches the thumb, pinky touching the thumb. One more. And shake. Scoot a little bit back on your chair. Load, push, load, down. Switch, load, push, load, down. Load, push, load, down. Continue. And point and flex. Invert, evert, tilt. Circles. Reverse circles. And switch. Point and flex. Tilt the foot, a little tilt, tilt. Circle. Reverse circle. And down. Scoot forward to the front edge again. Swivel steps. Bring your legs all the way together to start. Your right leg first. Toe and knee out. Make sure that opens right at the hip. Then heel out, knee in. Then toe out. Now we're more open. Then heel out, knee in. And then final time, toe and knee out. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're back in. Do it same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. In. 2, 3, 4. Close. And open. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And in. 2, 3, 4. Close. Both legs. 1, 2, and 3. And then in. 1, 2, close. Again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Hip distance. Hands on knees. Turn on the hands. Fold at the hips. Sit straight up. Arms to neutral. Lean back a little bit. Back. Sit upright. Forward. Sit upright and back. Couple more. That same flow, but with wider stance. Dragon, arms, dragon takes a bow. Sit upright, arms to neutral, lean slightly back. Sit upright again, moving from this section right in here, the quad. Up and lean back. Again. Now lean back, dragon stirs the seat, tip to the right, bow to the right as you turn on those hands, elbows out, roll through those shoulders. Stay to the left, lean back, 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 and around. So moving again, primarily from the quad, but it's including the whole spinal column. Getting this sort of rolling around of all 24 vertebrae, this loosening of the connections, the places we get stuck. Go ahead, reverse that, go the other way. Couple circles in the other direction. Back to neutral. Legs to hip distance, everything back to this neutral position. The shaking loose of the heavenly pillar. So remember this shape and remember this shape. So we put those two shapes in with the hip hinging. So it's looking something like this. So start by pulling hands back, elbows back, arching. So you stay in this back bend position while folding. Once you finish folding, then slide the hands down, round the back, and drop the head. Now stay in the rounded position as you sit up. So when you're coming up, you're in the rounded shape, your head is down, your back is rounded open. And then once your pelvis gets to level, then you lengthen up, 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 up through the crown of the head. The spine goes long. And then you start tipping the hips forward and the spine goes into a back bend and you fold. And then you slide the hands down and let everything round. And then you stay rounded as you come up, 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 up. And then long through the spine as you go down. And round. And then stay round as you come up. Last one, just get this fluid shaking loose of the heavenly pillar. All the way to vertical and just settle in the middle. Let everything consolidate, settle, reabsorb, recalibrate. And hang your arms, wing. Turn your palms up, rolling the arms up, reach. Chest up, chin up, look up with your head. Now reach your right hand higher. And then relax that. And then left arm higher. All right, you notice my hand is higher than this other hand, but it's not because I'm pulling this one down. It's because something is happening in this shoulder. And then that's relaxing. And then it's this one. Reach. And then that relaxes. And then reach. And that relaxes. And reach. Reach. And then we go both at the same time. Reach. Reach. Arms wing. Float. Down. Loose. Then we go forward. up. And turn this into as much of a back bend, not by crunching into your back, but by lifting the chest forward and up. So you're creating almost a back bend like you're going to dive off a diving board. Extreme spinal extension. And then just settle, 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 relax. Rest your hands on your legs. Chin down, chin up, all the way up. Down. And up. Down and up, flowing through, getting to the ends of each of the ends of the range of motion. And then bring your head to level. Turn your head right, middle, left, and to the right, and left. Bring your head back to the middle. Now this kind of weird one here. Forward with the chin. This pinches close the back of the neck and skull. Then bring the chin and face back. Keep going back until the back of the neck is open, base of skull open. And then forward, middle, back, middle, forward, middle, back, middle, forward, middle, and middle, side, middle, other side. And middle and side. And switch. And Karen, make sure you're not turning. Like right now, your head is rotating to the left, kind of like this. You want to make sure you don't turn, because a lot of times we're turning in place of actually side bending. So notice how my face isn't turned one way or the other when I go sideways like that, right? If I just go straight at the camera, I'm not turning like this. And then side. And middle. Now stay in the middle for a moment. We go just the smallest amount side. Chin up, which sends the head back. Keep the chin up, which sends your head back, and go to the other side. And then chin down, which brings the head forward. So that's the smallest circle. Then you do it again, maybe a little bigger. Side, back, take your head back, and then side, forward. Don't turn. Side, back, back a little further. Side, Don't turn. Karen, notice how much you've turned right there. Just see that. And it's very common because it's easy for the body to do that. This is difficult. It's weird for our brain, and it's also where a lot of the tension is. And so really focus on side. And then back. And side. Let's do 3 more in this direction, getting larger eventually to your largest size. Right. Don't turn. Very easy to do it. That's why we do it. On this last time, as you go all the way around, keep going around, keep going around, keep going around, hang your head in front. So ideally, the fruit of this exercise would be your head hanging there with no tension, keeping it up. And then, like a string is tied to the crown of your head and pull straight up to the ceiling, come back to your vertical. Now, tip your head slightly left. So, Karen, you just turned your head again. There you go. That's correct. That is correct. And then back. No. By back, I mean back. Behind you. So it's side, back, side, forward. Side and back. Don't turn. Round. Each one getting a little bigger. Continue those circles round. So again, with daily practice of body mechanics, Shenfa, the brain gets a sort of nourishment. This is nourishing for our brain because our brain is like, wait, what is this? I haven't done this before, or I haven't done this all week, or I haven't done this all year, right? And so the brain is registering all of this interesting data, and it helps to increase the clarity of our brain-body mapping connection. Not to mention it loosens up all these places of barnacle, glue, residue. On this last time around, go around, and we finish by hanging in front. Just hang, let go. And then like a string tied to the crown, pulls your head up, up, up. Ah. Now, one more that we haven't done in a while. Some of you may have never done this. So, create the little monkey paw hand position, just softly, not forced, just like a soft little gathering in like so, and in, right? So now we have close together, go forward, full extension, and notice how this is leading. So I'm not doing this, and that pulls at some of that junk in there, and then retract all the way, and then extend, retract, extend, retract, extend. Now from the extended position, go out. Now here I stop before I break this plane. I'm not cranking it back to here. It's just here. So they're sort of at like a circle, right? If I was in a big circle, I'm not trying to go flat. There's a circle and there's a through line there that in Tai Chi we really want to honor. So there, and then close. Open. Close. Open. Close. And open. Now, in. Notice I didn't bring my hands close together here, so they're still here. Open. Bring them in. Open. In. Open. In. Now here, close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Close. Open. Now we put all that together. Close and extend. Open and retract. Close. Extend. Open. Draw in. Close. Reverse. Extend. Close. Retract. Open. Extend. Close. Retract. Open. Extend. Retract. And drop. And then just let them swing. And then go. And back. Fast feet. Slide the feet back. Fold at the hips. Loose shoulders. Tall. And sit. Now, don't sit in your chair, and also we add this other shape. So here's neutral. You also want to be able to make this shape. Loose, right? The arms are loose. The legs kind of bow this way. The arch of the back, the head is kind of hanging out. And then neutral, hip hinge, sing. Neutral through neutral to this shape. And sing. Twice more. Stay standing in the neutral position. Tip a little bit into your toes. Arms float forward but not up. Tip back a little bit into your heel. Toe. Heel. Toe. Heels. Now open and lift. Toe. Sweep around. Close. Heels are sort of bringing in and down. And then hollow. Hips, belly, chest. That little shape change, right? subtle. But then all of a sudden, all the parts allow for that down and through, right? Whereas when we're stuck linear, to do that, we end up making things very sort of like stick figure-y. But you can see when you find all this internal space, you can make small changes everywhere. And that allows for this mobility, this gliding and sliding. So the idea is that we're lubricating all of those places. Rock back open and lift. And we want to ride like we're riding on the tracks or the rails of the relaxed, open spaces between everything in the body. So as my teacher says, it's as if we're bypassing all the joints. So the joints are included in what we're doing, but we're not jammed into or stuck in or stuck by any of these joints. Eventually, it's almost like the joints don't exist and we're an octopus. That's the feeling you get, where, right, I'm finding this way through this loose quality. It's like just made of water. Loose. Palms face up when you bring them back. Slide. And just this hollowing, this loose quality. And what's really cool about this loose quality is at first it does feel like we're letting go of power. Like we're becoming weaker in a sense. And in a way, it's true. We're getting rid of this bracing, jamming, holding that we're accustomed to. So at first, it does feel like weakness or weakening in a way. But as you soften all those places and you make everything relaxed and unified, then there's this great strength and functionality of this softly unified body. Rather than unified with tension, it's unified by space and soft and fluid and ease. Close. Tai Chi. Right. Same idea. Allow for a sort of quality through the legs, through the torso, through the whole body, sort of like if you see out in the ocean, that wave sort of coming up and then the trough coming down. And you can kind of see it in my body that I can express that. I can express this. It's not just hands down, hands up in a stuck body. It's, and there's a therapeutic quality to this, riding the wave. I'm exaggerating it now, but you want to have that. And the brain, open, lift, set. Lift, open. Right, just that therapeutic quality of getting all the way. You see all this space in the body, all the length. And return, soft. Opening, expressing. So fewer repetitions of things done with incredible mindful thoroughness. And embracing the moon, wing. This one really work on timing. Asymmetrical movement, timed perfectly with each other. And scoop, elbows back and push, full extend, full extend, full extend. Come around the backside and draw. mechanisms. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, full. Come around and back, 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 all the way back. So that you can go all the way forward. So that you can go all the way back. Left hand, push. Let this turn your central pivot slightly. Turn left palm up, right palm, or left palm back, right palm forward, and one push, one draw, turning right through your middle pivot. And the hands change. So then you try to get this floating lilt. And Gail, it looks a little bit like one mistake you're making is this versus this, right? I'm keeping my center. I'm still finishing the reach, but I'm just not overdoing it, right? So finish, but keep your ground, keep your central pivot. So that's repel the monkey, and that does a certain shenfa. It turns us in a way you could think of it as the outer mechanisms, right? Then we go scoop and arm. So now it's right on the center line. Rather than here and here, it's here on your center line. Same with this hand. Look where this hand is. Yeah. So then we're passing. They stay on the center line. And the body has to turn in a particular way to allow for that. And then change. And then changing palm. And both hands back, down. Change your weight to your right leg, turn to the right, wash your paw. Now try to start small, and then can you have a nuanced attentiveness to a slight increase in, let's say, amplitude of the movement, if that's the right word. Right, so the first one's really small, and the hands are really close together. Now the next one is a little larger, and now as my shoulders and back and everything's loosening, now this hand is a little more in front, this one dragging behind a little more. So it starts to come like a 1 and a 2, right? As opposed to when we started, it's sort of like they're cuffed together, right? But then as things loosen, zoom, zoom, right? They come a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, and then eventually you can feel that the swirl of the stream, that hand going far away, coming around, and then far away, and the hand going far away is really important, but equally important is this staying where I am, so that I'm creating that dynamic separation, and then it comes back in close. So I'm not getting pulled with my hand, but I'm casting it out, bringing it in. Then we go to the bear, swats the jumping fish, the hand comes up, rush knee, swat fish, this leg empty, waist is turned, everything finishes this way, and then it's let it finish, get all the way, be in no rush, stay soft, stay relaxed, stay loose. Let it finish, a little higher jumping fish. And highest jumping where you reach as high up as you can above you, still slightly in front of you, so we're not cranking the arm back here, but also straighten the legs and reach as you turn, and then as this hand comes down, let it settle. Let the whole body settle down a bit, so that we get this feeling of straightening and reaching. Don't lift your heel off the ground, though. That's the tendency, is to pick this foot up. Try to keep that empty foot anchored even as you reach and down. So every exercise has kind of this, as I call it, the money spot, the dynamic tension point. That is where we normally do some sort of little habitual cheat to get around it, but that's also right where the money is. That's right where the change is that we want. Now, wing, roll, pull, shift, turn, brush, push, full extend, full extend, full extend. Left hand dipping into the water, right hand roll full, all loaded up, and full extend, full extend. Wing roll full, timing it perfectly so that you can then. So these movements give us the opportunity first to soften up where we're stuck, right? The dynamic tension, the different movements loosen and make more pliable these layers in the body. And then they're also an opportunity to coordinate everything together so that we have this feeling of together and flow. And we don't rush it. Now, one more. Pause here with your weight in your left leg, right foot empty, step it a little behind, golden rooster. Put the weight in the right leg, right hand down, bend left elbow pointing up and touch, empty. And then bring this foot back with no weight, chain. As the weight goes down, as I let this act like a spring and take the weight, that gives this freedom to this foot. And then I put the foot back, but I don't fall into it, and then I change and let this have that taking of the spring as you go golden rooster. Now again, you know that there's this option of lifting the foot or keeping the toe to the ground. So it's your choice whether you keep toe to the ground for a little more safe variation, you lift a little, possibly someday full lift, down, chain, full lift, down. But when you do the full lift, you can see if I had a teacup on my head, I'm not creating some huge amount of disturbance because of the quality in the body that has been cultivated. And as you cultivate it more and more, you'll feel that stillness in movement. That's only sustainably achieved through this, this relaxed quality. If I try to stay still by holding myself still, I actually create more rigidity, which creates more disturbance in the body, whereas the soft allows all this room. Now, wash your paws, sweep the lake, vapor, and cloud lake, vapor and rain. Let's add that little slide in of the empty foot, slide out of the empty foot, and then slide in, slide out, slide in, slide out. And let's do the chin style. So instead of the back of the hand facing forward, turn so the palm faces forward. in, out, palm, in, out. And both hands down. Now, turn your left foot out just 5 degrees, 10 degrees maybe. Change your weight into it and step your right foot forward. And notice when my foot is forward, I'm not standing on a tightrope. There's width. Also notice that even though my feet are sort of diagonal from each other, this foot isn't pointed to the corner, it's pointed straight ahead. So this is a classic Tai Chi stance here. Back foot slightly turned out, front foot pointing due north or whatever in front of you. And shift your weight 100. And then 70, 30. Back to 100, 0. 70, 30. 100, 0. 70, 30. Switch legs by coming back, both feet equally turned out, change, step, both length and width, toes pointing straight ahead, 70, 30, 100, 0. Primary direction is down, just like we do in our walking class, just like we focus on, is that when I'm going into this leg, I'm not even going back, I'm going down. And then when I'm going forward, I'm actually going down. Switch again. So get good at this little switch where it's back, change, step with no weight, and then shift, 70, 30. So let's add the push and the draw. So come back, draw, turn the hands, shift 70, 30, push. So even though the arms fully extend, I'm not too far forward. I'm keeping my ground, expressing that push, and then draw. And then from the earth, through the legs, through the hips, through the arms, express the very tips of the fingers, and then to the earth. The power coming from like the ocean wave, and the ocean wave suctioning. Switch. So step back, straighten up, sink, step, bring the hands up, and 70, 30, but with full extension. Back. All the way back. Whoa. So, Karen, it looks like you're pushing sort of off to the side of your body. I'm turning my body so that you guys can see this, but the direction of my push is forward. Forward, right? And back. So if I take my body and rotate it, and then you see me doing this, that doesn't mean you start moving your arms across your body. You keep going forward, backwards, right? I'm just doing this so you can see 100, 0 here, and then boom, full extend. Back. One more. Back. Now, you're in your back leg. Bring this foot back. Drop the hands down, stand up. Sink down through your left leg, bring the hands up, ready for a push and step, but with no weight. And then, wow. And then, back. Bring the foot back, stand. Go down through your right leg as you do, so all of this happens together. Weight goes down through the left leg, the hands come up, the foot steps, and we're just going from standing to pushing by relaxing. It's actually a martial art technique of wow, right? From standing. One more. Right? Because a lot of times when people do this, they go clumsily fall forward instead of load and set it up. Find that flow. One more, just like that. This flow. And first movement we did, just to clear any stagnation. Wing, roll, fold, and settle, 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 settle. Here's the navel. Seal. 1, 2. Taoist hand position. Boom, boom. Thanks, y'all. Make sure you know where your chair is when you go to sit. If you have any questions, comments, insights, epiphanies, feel free. Thanks for being here.